Hi Virgo, and welcome to your very first monthly reading. Okay, normally I do pick a cards on here, but in my private practice I do tons of readings for clients. So I thought, you know what, it's time for me to branch out and maybe start doing monthly readings for the zodiac signs. So this is your reading. That's why I have the cards out on the table. I have these tarot that go with them. And I want to just get right into it. We're going to be talking about challenges, things to embrace, things that you might need to do. What do you need to seize? What will bring you happiness? Okay. So all of these cards have been pulled with that intention. And let's start with the very first one, which is what challenges you may face this month. Okay. So, and again, this can be in any aspect of your life. You may find that one of the six really resonates with you, or that all of them do. And if you find that the reading overall doesn't, you can also check your rising sign or your moon sign. Okay, now let's get right into it. So something you may be challenged with, and we are talking Virgo here, and so refinement. I kind of feel that maybe you're going to be coming across this month, Virgo, a real need to check, double check, redo. This isn't good enough. Let me just tweak this just a little bit. And I feel that what it's going to bring forth for you is something not getting completed or something not getting done, which is then going to bring stress into your life because you like to get things done. Okay. So with this refinement card, and let me pull the card out, the moon. Okay. With this refinement card, I really feel like it's going to be slowing you down, or even, I'm thinking project here, but again, it can be in any area of your life. I just feel like it's going to slow everything down, which is just going to cause you more stress. And that's something that could come up for you this month. Now, what I do want to say is we have the moon here, which is a message of just go with the flow. Okay. Trust your intuition. You know what? When you start wanting to refine and make all these small changes, it's kind of your ego, right? Which is not a bad thing about, I can do this better, this can be better. But sometimes it doesn't need to be better. Sometimes you just need to go with the flow, because what you have is, or what you're doing is really going to resonate with someone or something, and it's all going to work out. So I think that you need to take on a little Scorpio energy here. I love that it's showing up in this card. And the reason I'm saying that is because maybe you may need to take a look at what it is, what's underlying the surface of all this that is making you want to go back and revise and revise and revise, refine, refine, refine. Okay, so that could be one thing. Let's get into something happy. So let's talk about positive energies that you could embrace that will bring you happiness and joy. Well, productivity, which again, when these cards, when I was, if you watch my things, I flip through the cards, right, to pull them out. My thumb stops. That's the card I pull. When I saw these cards come out, I was like, oh, this is just so Virgo. They're really working with me here to make me look really great. But you know what? It's the messages you need to hear. I was like, oh, thank you. It's like you're spoon feeding me for my first video. I love this. So thank you, Spirit. But in all seriousness, you love to be busy. You love to be doing things. So if you are feeling, I don't know why I just keep feeling like this is a project of some sort, whether it's personal or at work or whatever it is, okay? It could be that you're redoing your whole flower bed. I don't know, but you understand what I'm saying. Yes, you need to stay busy. That's what will bring you joy, right? Being busy. But I think it's the doing that makes you happy, not the redoing, okay? And we have Cancer here, which is just very, nurturing and loving. And I think that that's the message here for you. Let me get this card out too. Eight of Swords, perfect. Is that you need to do something that's going to nurture you, something that you love to do, something that you can even think of, I'm being busy, right? Like I see the scissors here. I'm thinking of you out pruning or doing whatever. That's just an example. It may ring true for some of you, but I just feel like you need to be busy, but you need to be busy doing something that you love. not something that you feel you need to do, right? Because this Eight of Swords is feeling like you're bound or tied up or that you would be obligated to do. No, this needs to be something that you're passionate about that you're doing, okay? That's what's going to bring you happiness and joy. Being busy, but doing it, doing something that's going to nurture your soul, I guess would be the best way to put it. Now, let's talk about maybe some negative or shadow energies that you need to work on, or, you know, the things that you don't really like about yourself. And what I want to say is, so see longevity. I feel like there's two messages here before we get the tarot out that goes with it. Let me just first say, I feel you're very ambitious. And when you do something, you want it to last forever, right? You want it to be your mark, okay? It's a bit Capricornish in that sense, but still the same idea. But what I feel is that if you are in this mode all the time, more in this mode and less in this one, I feel like the longevity just won't be there. It will be burnout. And that, yeah, that's probably a message for some. Okay, not all. The Fool. There's something interesting. They're saying, don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. That's what will bring you longevity. Don't stay stuck here. We need more productivity, of course, but don't be afraid to reinvent yourself along the way. We had a Scorpio sign there too, which I think is interesting. So maybe dig deep, go down deep within. Like, what is it that, you know, what is it lurking down in the shadows that maybe something you've always wanted to do, but you've never done it? They're saying, don't be afraid to try new things. Don't always stick to the tried and true. That will bring you longevity. But that's something that needs to be worked on, because that's not going to be easy for you, okay? But that's all right. You have lots of time. There's no rush. There's no race here. Let's go down to this grounding card, which has Virgo on it. I love that, okay? And this is, what do you need to make time for? Well, I know you are an earth sign, and earth signs tend to be the ones that are grounded. But I think sometimes with this type of behavior here, right, the needing the perfection, right, needing to have perfection, that sometimes you get up in your head. And look, again, there's nothing wrong. We all go through these things because we all have a little Virgo in us, just like we all have a little of everything in us. But I think you need to spend more time grounding. Quiet time, meditation, out of your head. What card do we have? Page of Wands. Oh, okay, I like it. So out of your head, I said, maybe in your head, because Page of Wands, okay, here's the thing. He is full of great ideas, inspirational, right? Or not inspirational, but like is easily inspired, because it's a page, it's new, it's the beginning, it's fresh. He believes he can do anything. Right, wonderful. Take that energy while you're sitting quietly and come up with new, innovative, inspired ideas on maybe how you can work on changing things up. All right. Oh, I like that. So there's something you need to make time for. You want longevity, and I know you do, then this may be one of the keys to that. Okay, now let's look at something you need to avoid. And this is Leo energy here. But what I'm really feeling is it's the ritual, or as I also like to say, your routines. Oh, Virgos, like some other signs, you're a lover of routine. But maybe for the month of August, this is time for you to just be the fool, right? Just maybe try to let go of your routines a little bit. I don't know in what capacity it's going to be helpful to you, but it's here, and they're saying, you know what? Maybe try to avoid the routine, the ritual so much this month. King of Swords, maybe try to just stay out of your head a little bit, okay? Everything doesn't need to be perfect. Stay out of your head, because Swords is, you know, air energy. And for whatever reason, I always use calculating with him. Sometimes it's good calculating, sometimes it's bad calculating. But for you, I think it's the type of calculating that's, again, just always trying to think of the next, you know, almost like I felt like I was going to go like in a bit of a panic there. So you may just want to just ease down on that. Maybe try to just be more in flow. And maybe with the Leo there, because I wasn't getting it at first, but it just came in, the creativity, right? It takes us back to the Page of Wands. And maybe instead of being up in your head to create with thinking, maybe let it come more from a fiery, passionate place. But again, just maybe the routines, the rituals, try to just lay off them a little bit for this month and just see how you feel about it, right? Just test it out, see how you feel. And then for what opportunity should you seize this month? Like what's something good that you should grab onto? Gratitude. And the world. Okay, I love that. So with gratitude, what I want to say, of course, it's always being thankful as we know about what it is that you have. But I think for you, Virgo, it's acknowledging what you've accomplished. And I think sometimes that may be hard for you. That's the feeling that I'm getting, is being thankful for what it is that you've accomplished. And again, like if it brings us right back to here, where at some point it just needs to be done, and you should show gratitude for that you were so smart and intellectual and so determined and, you know, ready to go, that you were part of being able to complete it. Okay. So yeah, just gratitude for what you've accomplished. I really feel you need to pay, and for the great ideas that you have, you know, and the fact that you are productive and that you do have long-term plans. Like, just be thankful for all of that, and know that this, I want to say with this August reading, it's almost like this is going to be the ending of a cycle for you. It's like everything has come full circle. And it may be time for that area of your life to maybe just be set aside while you start working on some of these newer things that I really feel are going to be bringing positive energy and that are going to be good for you and good opportunities for you, right? Because when we show gratitude, more abundance tends to come to us. So that's really, I think, the opportunity, is being able to see that. Okay, and, I didn't do, oops, let me do it right now. Sorry, I usually do an overall card and I forgot to draw it here. Okay, let me do that right now. So this is how I pick my piles for you new people. Healing. So pretty, and it's geranium too. I just really feel that, yeah, it's time to let go. And that's what healing is. It's being able to work through it, right? And to come to balance and be okay with the balance between your grounded earth energy and some of the fire energy that comes along, or the air energy especially, that comes along with Virgo. And I just feel that maybe in these moments of grounding and quietness, it's going to be healing for you, doing what it is that you're passionate about and what it is that you love, being active, but doing it because it nurtures you, is healing for you. I feel like stepping out of your routine sometime could be a little bit healing for you. And remember how I said, I feel like you're just going to be all, you know, I've got to redo this, I've got to redo this. By being able to let that go, it will be healing for you. So that is your overall message, Virgo. I hope that you enjoyed it for the month of August, and I will see you next month.